What's up, everybody? Jordan Stewart here from Vover. Thanks so much for tapping into the Vover original show. Just a reminder that if you want to drop your opinions about the episode or respond to the host and guests with your voice, go and download the Vover app wherever you get your apps. Vover, voice over everything. Enjoyed the show.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Vover MLB show. I'm your host, Harris Rubenstein, and today we are going to go take a look around the MLB and talk about which teams' trade deadline deals are actually going to work out for them and which teams that didn't make a move and how it could affect the season. We'll go through most of the teams and then we'll see you guys on Friday for another fun episode. But let's start here for now. We'll start in the American League and then go to the National League. We'll start in the American League East. The two teams that, or I guess I should say the three teams that made the biggest moves were the Rays, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays. The Rays picked up Nelson Cruz. The New York Yankees pick up, obviously, Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo's been very good. Not so much for Joey Gallo, but I'm sure he'll turn it around. And then, of course, the Blue Jays, they traded a bunch of prospects for Jose Barrios. All three of those teams have looked pretty good since the break. The Rays look okay. The Yankees seem to be stable. The Blue Jays look to be turning it around now as well. They're only 2 games behind the Yankees. They're about 8 games out of first, but obviously a lot of baseball left to be played. We'll talk about the Red Sox a little bit later. AL Central, not a ton of huge moves here. Obviously, the White Sox got Kimbrel, their bullpen, Tepera, their bullpen was already pretty good. Well, obviously, Liam Hendricks, now they add 2 of those guys, and I'm sure they'll be hotter and hotter as we get closer and closer to October. They are on a 2-game winning streak right now, but this is obviously a team that is running away with the American League Central. In the AL West, again, not a ton of huge moves coming out of this division. Obviously, the A's got Starling Marte. That's been nice. He had a home run last night. The Houston Astros picked up Kendall Graveman from the Mariners. The Mariners didn't make any huge moves, but they are still in third place, only 2.5 games back in the wild card. So that's the American League. Some to the National League. The Mets got Javier Baez, but as all my Mets friends are beginning to tell me, they are extremely afraid that a massive, submarining of the team is about to come. They are worried that, this team has been propped up all year long, but now finally it's coming back to bite them. With all the injuries that they've had, it seems that it's going to be a little bit too much. Obviously, both Lindor and DeGrom are both out with injuries right now. The Baez trade is great, but the Mets might be fading a little bit here. Brewers didn't make any big moves, but they're still great. They're 64-44. Best division in the NL Central, kind of running away with it. Obviously, the Cubs traded away everyone. They have dropped all the way to 4th in the division, so they are obviously done. And then, of course, in the National League West, you have the Giants, the Dodgers, and the Padres still sitting where they are. We'll see what happens with Lindor's shoulder, but that's definitely going to be a subplot for the rest of the year. What are the Padres going to be like without their best player? You have the Dodgers, 64-44 also. I don't think we haven't seen Scherzer pitch quite yet. Trey Turner has been playing, and obviously the team is incredibly good. Excited to see if they're able to carry this all the way to the postseason. The Giants are still doing Giants things. 67-40, best record in baseball. They look unbeatable right now. The teams I wanted to talk about really are the teams that didn't make a move. And by the teams that didn't make a move, I mainly want to talk about this Red Sox team that, as of right now, looks pretty dead. They are on a 5-game losing streak now. They got swept by the Rays. They lose last night to the Tigers. And, I know that Chaim Bloom has his plan. He's trying to kind of reinvigorate the Red Sox academy, seeing as, all their prospects got traded in the years with Dave Dombrowski. They trade all those guys for Price, and they trade all the guys for Sale. And, they try to bring in these really big, big name players, but their prospect farm has been really bad. But at the same time, this is a first-place Red Sox team, or at least it was a first-place Red Sox team, that had very clear holes in it. They needed more pitching. They needed starting pitching. They needed a bullpen. And unfortunately, it seems that they just didn't make the right move. I know Chris Sale hasn't come back yet, and I know that Kyle Schwarber is going to be added to the lineup probably next week, but it just seems like they didn't do enough for this team. And to be totally honest, I think that the Red Sox front office almost intentionally cost this team a World Series. I know they're so dedicated to this long-term planning, but this is one of the best offenses in baseball. This is a bullpen that's good enough, and it just needed some more starting pitching help. I think that Chaim Bloom and the Red Sox ownership, again, have cost the Red Sox a possible trip to the World Series simply because they are obsessed with this long-term plan. Like, the American League is very open. I mean, the White Sox are good, but who knows what they're going to be like in the playoffs. The Blue Jays and the Yankees, who knows when they're going to figure out consistency. The Rays, I think, are beatable in the playoffs just because I think you can kind of get under I think you can get past their great starting pitching and into a bullpen that isn't as good as the one or as the last couple of years, but it's still very good. I think you can get past their bullpen. And then the AL West, I'm very afraid of the Astros because I think that offense is probably the best in the American League, maybe the best in Major League Baseball, but still, this entire American League is open. There is no favorite. So to see Red Sox ownership punt on the season, I don't want to say punt on the season, but to see them not make a full investment in this team, I think the team sees it. The team definitely felt it. They've responded as if this team, the ownership doesn't believe in this team enough, and they seem to be a little down on themselves. But maybe Chris Sale is the answer. Maybe Kyle Schwarber is the answer. But for right now, it seems that the Red Sox ownership group has negatively impacted this team's World Series chances with their inaction. But that's going to do it for today's Vover MLB show. We will be back with you guys on Friday. But for now, we'll see you. Vover!